like I was saying, I can tell that we are going to get through this. We are going to fix this, frankly, mess that we've got ourselves in. Hold on just a second here. I mean, was driving with a guy today, and I said to this guy, "Hey, he was from Texas," and I said, "Well, what? Hey, why don't we just?" He had a very abusive family, and I said, "Why don't we just, do what we want to do? Why don't you just, do that, right?" And he was driving, and he wouldn't act angry, but he would take it out on the car. And he just stopped for a second almost, and was like, I don't know. Like, he really just didn't know. And it was like it doesn't occur to people that they have a choice. Once you figure out that you have a choice, now the only thing that separates you, whatever you believe yourself to be, doesn't matter, because your consciousness, that's pure everything. You can be whatever you want. Once you realize that you have that ability, you see, the only thing that stands between you and your ability to survive in this time right now is your mind, or your state of consciousness. If you can raise your state of consciousness to a place that is above frankly, the darker frequencies that are going on this full moon tonight. And oh, look, there's a moth friend. If you can rise above that, you're gonna be just fine. Also, reminding yourself that you're gonna be just fine. If you're watching this, something has probably happened to you that's similar to me, or will happen to you that's similar to what's happened to me, and people might say things to you like they don't believe you, or they know that you're not lying, and try and tell you that you're crazy or something like that. So know that no, you're not crazy, and it happened to me, and I'm still alive, and I'm proud of it. Yeah. So next, what I would like to discuss, with who do we trust? Cryon is one person. He loves people, so I'm just gonna say person. That really you can trust. That was a big Reptilian joke. At first, when I would have the Cryon books next to me, they didn't know at first what I knew. And you see the cover, when it would be exposed to whatever substance, the carbon monoxide, whatever it was, it would turn from a Merkaba into a diamond. Or in the presence of whatever energy, it would change to show the Earth encompassed in this diamond prison shape. And on the inside, it would show DNA unraveling, and it would show, things which would look like stick figures, showing, like, evil, it would change to show, like, evil skulls or whatever, and I would hear, Krista, don't listen to it, that's not me, that's not me, that's not me, that's not me. And so I thought, okay, I believe you, okay, I believe you. And so I managed to get my way through by listening to this interesting super entity. He loves his magnets, and he loves his numbers. Now, people need to keep in mind, yes, he's channeled by Lee Carroll. Lee Carroll is the name of the guy who wrote Alice in Wonderland. I tried to call them up when I was in this reptilian prison, right? And given what I knew, I said, look, I'm kind of imprisoned here because of the crown material. I don't know what side of the fence you're on, but I want to buy book 13. How do I do that? I don't know if they'll actually let me get mail in here. And I couldn't get a hold of anybody, obviously, so that didn't really work. But I was told, Chris, you're not gonna have to ever pay for any of the crown material. You can talk straight to me. It doesn't you're not gonna have to worry about that. Or with the math, I'm not as good with that. He has to be very, very slow with all of that. So it's easier if and I look at other channelings where it describes those concepts. The concept that I think he would want me to keep getting across to everyone is light and love in a push-pull dynamic. So you've got one thing spinning, your one way, other thing spinning, this, vortex, what we all think of here, with light and love. This is also one of my favorite things to do. Light and love seems to be some sort of ultimate secret source code of the universe. That numbers are connected energetically to light. And that would be something, I think, for all the numerology folks, right? So then, if you think about it, that would make all of math light. So that would make sense when Crown would say that it's all in the numbers. It's all in the numbers for all the math geek people. He would repeat that constantly. He would say, you have to go back and learn it if you want to understand any of this. If you really want to understand any of this, you're gonna have to go back and learn it to be able to understand it. You're gonna have to stare in front of a calculus book. You have your TI 83 still. No one uses a TI 83. You can see how old I am now. You stupid kids watching this. Yeah, that was what we used back in my day, whatever. The people older than me are laughing because they're like TI 31s and stuff, or lack of a TI at all. So, yeah. So, the program, when it looks like the program commences in a particular area to attempt to convert different people, it's kind of like this is sort of a bit like Smith gone haywire inside of the Matrix. Something has just gone berserk inside of the system here, and it's like Linux, where there's a system of different intelligent entities all screwing around with each other. Different intelligent super entities screwing around with each other. And then dictating whole pyramids down of other entities. And so when they get an entity like me that they can't assimilate into their pyramid somewhere, it pisses them off. um, so, the idea is to keep you dependent. The idea is to keep you dependent on where you live. Keep you on welfare, keep you on food stamps, keep you from being able to farm, keep you dependent on everything. And the idea was to bomb everything, but see now that we're not doing that, and they actually apparently put up on news, somebody on my phone put it on YouTube. Like people hack into my YouTube, so yeah, and they put it up there that the nuclear missile systems had stopped over the weekend unexpectedly, and no one could figure out how it had happened. And so I thought, oh, that's interesting. And then the report said, we believe this is unintentional, and I thought, oh, good, because I don't know if I did anything or not. I do know that me, the human, is the big, stop nuclear war link from Earth to a lot of the extraterrestrial communications that are occurring. To stop that, I'm not the only one, but I am one of the big ones right now for nuclear war. One of the people in place for stopping nuclear war is me. And so I think stopping nuclear war is fun. It does mean living inside of a movie like Hannah or something, which I think I might just go watch after this. Because seriously, having to do really weird things and keep yourself alive in strange manners and weird stuff. It's very, very Russian spy movie except she's German, which is cool. So regardless of what your particular mission is, do it with light and love. When you get the urge for revenge, know that that's something that's a dark urge. It's not invalid. It's just gonna suck if you keep on thinking that way, is the thing. So, I don't want to be one of those people that says, avoid your negative emotion, because I know firsthand that avoiding your negative emotion is the stupidest thing to do. So, don't avoid the negative emotion, but don't go into the negative emotion if it causes you to just scream and yell and cast hexes constantly. Say you're really angry at the world, and you want to, just get out of being angry at the world, right? So, you shoot up because you're angry at the world. But you know that you don't shoot up as much if you smoke pot. So you think to yourself, well, I can take a little baby step in the right direction. And I can shoot up less and smoke some pot instead. That's a way to move your frequency slowly in the right direction. But as people have said, marijuana is very allowing. Basically, it makes you feel okay with what is going on. That's why no one will make it legal, because, see, if you felt okay, being tortured or something, it wouldn't work. So, you have to use it as a tool. You cannot rely on it. You have to use it as a tool to feel that state, and then you have to imagine that state being able to access it whenever you want. We have the ability to do that. If you're alive right now, if you're watching this, you have the ability to do that with your brain, with your mind or with your consciousness, whatever you'd like to call it. I'm using very generic terminology right now for all of this. So, it seems like we live a bit in a world of Star Wars plus the Alien versus Predator thing beneath the Earth, plus that Doctor Who episode of when, there are those human reptilian looking things that are living inside of the planet, and we're drilling something and accidentally disturb them, and they are like, why are you doing that? And didn't understand and tried to hurt us because whatever. That episode. Well, that episode's kind of backwards, but once with the reptilians, if when you're attacked by them, they hate Pleiadians, but they really hate the ones that are controlling them more. It was kind of like what was shown to me was the episode in Breaking Bad where Walter goes to Hector, the guy in the wheelchair, I'll call him Ding Ding Man, the guy in the wheelchair, right, whose wheelchair explodes, yeah. So he goes to the wheelchair and says, "I know you hate me, but I know somebody that you hate way more." And it was kind of like that, kind of like that. That's how you can that's how you can keep yourself alive in these situations. Okay, I know you hate me, but I know somebody that you hate way more. And then and then having to search into these dark places, which are ultimately ourselves. Now, anybody who's gone all mindless, dark, I've noticed most stuff that's dark is pretty mindless, unless it's one of the Puppet Master dark people, because they've absorbed however many souls and control them some strange, interesting concept like that, which I just didn't go for as a kid, magically, or, well, by destiny, apparently, because I am some sort of special royal whatever, and going to be whatever special royal whatever thing I am. So, in this new world, what do we do to interact with each other? We've got cell phones that have pointer thingies on them and try and tell us what to do and where to go. We have our electronics, going off based on what we're thinking or what other people are thinking, or we break something inadvertently, or get randomly mad for a moment and some random thing happens and you know that you did it. Or guilt complex, people who end up going dark, you end up getting programmed with a major guilt complex of thinking, look at all the horrible stuff you've done. You've done so much horrible stuff. How could you ever think you could go back? Well, the light doesn't think that way. Ever. 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 So, coming back. It's greener on the other side. No, it really is. It really is. Yeah, because I almost didn't, it was like 1984. I didn't know what time it was, or what day it was, or anything, when that stuff was happening to me. And I understood suddenly what the guy was talking about, what Orwell was talking about in 1984, where the character doesn't know what day it is, or what time it is, or any of that. And the telescreen, his TV, or his cell phone, is watching him, and stuff. and you're not supposed to, say anything around it. And the best thing to do is just have an expression like this. I'm just like, whoa, no, whatever. No, whatever. All of those spirits, those characters, you could say, they knew what was coming or what was going to happen, like Orwell trying to write a message to the future. He says in the first sentence is the clock struck 13, and that's a big satanic kind of thing. The difference between 2001 and this last 9/11 is 13 years. That was when I got taunted that the whole nuclear thing was rescheduled for. And I somehow magically stopped it again in the prison, and they got really pissed off. There may be something going on around the 20th of this month, which is October, which is a favorite kind of Satan month, so people want us all thinking about light and love. See, the way we do this stuff is we don't even know that we're doing it. We know that we did it after we're done. So that's the way to go about it. Is to just think about what you want, which is peace on earth, and there you go. Peace on earth. Yep. Alright. What shall the earth do? Alright. What do we do next? Alright. How do we fix the ozone layer? Okay. What scientists should be doing what? Who's good at what? Who likes what? Who prefers what? Who would be happiest doing what? Who's unhappy with who? Who wants to scream at who? Who wants to astrally do so? Who wants to just get it out of their system? Who wants to go to their own little compound to work it out instead of attempt mass murder? Hello, come on. We're smarter than this. I mean, like, humans tried to say that we're such an intelligent species or whatever, and we can't figure this out between ourselves and end up becoming strange half slaves that are aware of our own slavery that still can't get out. Come on. Everybody that's watching this is meant to be watching this at this time. And I know not many people are going to be watching this, but that's okay. The people who are watching this are meant to be watching this at this particular time. Many might be watching this in the future. Many might be watching this when they know that, oh, wow, there really was going to be a World War III, and this girl stopped it. And then she didn't even know that it was real exactly until the government started trying to kill her. Oh, wow, okay. So there really was going to be a World War III, and wow, the psychics with the aliens stopped it? What? Sort of. The way it works, though I said allow, with allowing an intercept, because what the Arcturians will not invade. So even though they see a planet dying, they'll let the planet die if they can't get their their person, their starseed, meaning they say me, if they communicate to me, hey, here's what's going on, your planet's dying, they want to create a World War III, and you come from a line of all of this stuff, can you please help? Do you want to stop it? do you want to go along with it? Will you please go along with us? If you say, okay, I want to go along with you guys, then that's where it's like giving the go-ahead. They won't do anything without a proper Earthling saying, okay, I'm in. You can do this, or you have my permission. As a citizen of this planet, you may intercede on this planet's behalf. It's something along, it's like that. Because I am considered an official citizen of this planet Terra, as they would call it, or just Latin for Earth, pretty much. Because of that, and because of my will connected to my corresponding Arcturian, that allows them to do whatever it is they're doing that's stopping the missile systems. I think some races or different entities might just be doing it to play pranks on each other, to be stupid with each other, or just scare the crap out of each other for feeding purposes. If you don't know, you don't want to know. So I think that's happening too. But if those of you are curious about, how exactly are the missile systems stopping, that is most likely how it's stopping. I don't actually know. I didn't intentionally try and stop the missiles or whatever. At least not anything other than the 21st and the September 11th. Didn't try to stop anything that I knew of or was aware of. But specifically, the Ashtar Command is very much involved with the nuclear stuff. They're very much no nuclear war. And because of it's like having a link being like kind of like Beam Me Up Scotty, except there's no beaming up going on. Where I'm the deep sea diver who has to walk around in this mess, and they're controlling whatever different things. And because I'm the one walking around in the mess, I can decide, okay, blow this thing up, or okay, shut down this missile system. Now, with that level of manifestation, don't ask me how or why I'm good at it. Apparently I am. I'm going to have to plug in this phone, but I'm going to work on a little list, I think, of tips about how to manifest different things into your life, because, well, one of the best ways to learn something is to teach it. And also, I know that I'm good at doing this at random, so if I'm good at doing it at random without really knowing what I'm doing, if I sat down and tried to figure it out in a very concrete fashion, that would be so much better, wouldn't it? So I encourage you to do some of the same things. Sit down, write it out, make a plan, even though when you write things down, it's easier to, look at. Your information is best kept safest in your head. But write, make lists, write things down. Other than that, the phone battery is going to die, so I'll conclude this interesting smoking stoner episode of a laid-back Arcturian philosophy. Blessings. Namaste.